some, any, much, many, most, little, less, few, plenty, several, and many more. The words on your screen feature quite regularly whenever we communicate. There are some colloquial forms also that are an integral part of a language, such as a lot of, lots of, loads of, heaps of, tons of, thousands of, and so on. Do you know how are these words and phrases used with countable and uncountable nouns? In this lesson, we'll find the answer to this question and learn about 4 more categories of determiners. Friends, my name is Hemant Singh Rana and you're watching Enliven English, making the language entertaining, lively and functional. And it's time to learn something new. Let's first understand what quantifiers are. A quantifier is a determiner which can appear as a word or a phrase just before a noun to indicate an amount or quantity. Quantifiers primarily answer 2 questions: how much and how many. Quantifiers which answer the question how much are used with uncountable nouns only. For example, there is not much milk left in the bottle. I have little time for you. I am facing a great deal of difficulty. You need to add a bit of salt to the dish. There is a large amount of sugar in the container. I have bought a large quantity of honey. Quantifiers like a great deal of and a good deal of are quite frequently used with abstract nouns such as time, money, and trouble. For example, working alone brings a great deal of trouble. I have spent a good deal of time on the project. A great deal of money is needed to buy this mansion. All the words and phrases in green in the examples you just saw were answering one question: how much of something that was uncountable. Now let's have a look at the quantifiers that are used with countable nouns only and answer the question how many people or things. Few employees were present in the meeting. Many students are attending the class. I have bought several things today. A majority of people are against the new law. A large number of books are on the shelf. A great number of dresses are on display. These commonly used words and phrases are answering one question: how many persons or things. There are certain quantifiers that can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns. Let's have a look at them. I have finished all the milk. I have read all the books. There's some food in the fridge. I have some friends coming over tonight. Is there any coffee left? There isn't any person in the meeting room. There's no time to take up a new project. No student has reached the school yet. She has loads of friends. There's loads of sugar in the coffee. Other quantifiers that can be used with both countable and uncountable nouns are more, most, a lot of, lots of, less, enough, plenty of, heaps of, tons of, etc. Some determiners like many, more, most, one, two, 100, first, second, last, and many more give an impression of numbers. These come before adjectives and are similar to quantifier determiners. but many grammarians treat them separately. Just for our understanding of various categories, I too am keeping them separate and treating them as expressions of number. Let's see some examples. Most students are present in the class. It will take 10 days to finish the work. I was the first person to submit the report. There are some colloquial forms which are used only with countable nouns, such as a couple of, hundreds of, thousands of, and so on. Let's see some sentences. I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Hundreds of people took part in the march. Thousands of proposals have come for the project. Now let's talk about interrogative words what, which, and whose. As determiners, these three can perform two roles. One that of interrogative determiners and the other of relative determiners. As interrogative determiners with what, which, and whose, we ask for information specifying something when there are two or more possible answers or alternatives. Let's gain more clarity on this with the help of some examples. What music do you prefer to listen to? What time will the meeting start? Which university did you graduate from? Which player do you think plays the best? Whose books are lying on the table? Whose turn is it now to tend the garden? In the first four examples, we were asking for information specifying someone or something. In the last two, we were seeking information belonging to which person. Now let's see how what, which, and whose function as relative determiners. What as relative determiner refers to the whole of an amount, meaning whatever, as in, I spent on food what little money I had. We all are curious to know what bonus will be announced. We will finish the work based on what details we have. Which as relative determiner determines something about a noun within a clause and gives additional information about it. Let's see some examples. The quorum was not complete, in which case the meeting was cancelled. They hold weekly get-togethers in which only invitees are allowed. We have a house in the woods in which we spend our vacations. Whose as relative determiner indicates that the following noun belongs to or is associated with the person or thing mentioned in the previous clause, as in, there is no point discussing whose fault it was. Those employees succeed whose skills are unquestionable. Steve is the only player whose performance never goes down. What and such are two determiners that introduce an exclamation of surprise, admiration, or similar emotion. These two words emphasize opinions or reactions and are not difficult to understand. Let's see some examples. What a lovely view! What a way to finish the game! It was such a wonderful show. Martha is such a kind soul. So friends, that's it in this lesson, but our study of quantifiers is not complete yet. In the next lesson, I'll share with you some interesting facts related to quantifiers that help us communicate correctly and effectively. I'll be back with you soon. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Goodbye.